We're already halfway through 2024, and while we've had some amazing game releases, there are still many more AAA titles on the horizon that promise to blow our minds. With the advancements in gaming technology, the upcoming games are looking more realistic than ever. So today I've rounded up 15 upcoming AAA games that look ultra-realistic, set to release on PC, PS5, and Xbox. We are going to start off this list with the upcoming FABLE game, which is going to be this grand comeback for the series, and it's got fans super excited. We got a pretty good look at the game at the recent Xbox showcase, and it seems to be taking the series to a different direction as a soft reboot. The game will surely retain the whimsical charm and humor that made the original series a hit, while utilizing the power of next-gen hardware to create a stunningly detailed and immersive world set in the magical land of Albion. FABLE will let players explore a beautifully crafted open world filled with quirky characters, dangerous creatures, and plenty of secrets to uncover. The trailer has shown off lush forests, picturesque towns, and an overall fairy tale aesthetic that fans will love. We will get to fight hostile enemies and monsters with melee and ranged combat using our trusty old sword and other weapons. While details about the storyline and gameplay are still pretty much under wraps, Playground Games has hinted at a deep narrative experience with plenty of player choice and consequence, staying true to the spirit of the original games. I've had my eyes on Stalker 2 for what feels like forever, and I'm beyond excited that it's finally coming on September 5th. This game looks absolutely incredible with its eerie environment, brutal combat, and creepy mutants lurking around every corner. The visuals are on another level, with a post-apocalyptic world that's both hauntingly beautiful and terrifying. You can almost feel the tension in the air just from the trailers. The level of detail in the game's world makes it seem like you're really there, wandering through abandoned buildings and radioactive wastelands. Much like the first game, the sequel promises intense survival mechanics where you'll have to scavenge for resources, manage your health, and fend off hostile creatures and rival factions. The combat looks brutal and satisfying, with a variety of weapons to master. Plus, those mutants are just the right amount of creepy to keep you on edge. If you're into survival horror with a deep, immersive story, Stalker 2 is definitely a game to watch out for. Unrecord is the upcoming game that's been causing quite a stir online with its unbelievably realistic graphics. When the first trailer dropped, a lot of people couldn't even tell if it was a game or real footage from a police body cam. This first-person shooter is being developed by the French studio Drama and promises to deliver an experience that is quite rare. In Unrecord, you step into the shoes of a tactical police officer, navigating through intense and lifelike missions. The game focuses on a narrative-driven experience, where you'll be solving complex cases and making split-second decisions that can mean the difference between life and death. The graphics are powered by Unreal Engine 5, giving it that photorealistic look that's turning heads. And while I am pretty positive about the game, we kinda had a similar game that's out right now in early access, and it's gotten fairly mixed reviews. I am talking about Bodycam. So let's just keep our expectations more realistic, just like the visuals of this game. Black Myth Wukong is another game that has been on my radar for a while now, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. It kind of gives off those Ghost of Tsushima vibes with its stunning visuals and epic landscapes, but it adds its own twist with martial arts combat and insane moves. The game is based on the classic Chinese tale, Journey to the West, and you play as the Monkey King, battling mythical creatures and mastering incredible abilities. I am really digging the fluid combat in this game, and those epic moves from the fight scenes. You'll get to experience fast-paced combat with a variety of weapons and magical powers. The enemy designs are super creative, with everything from fierce dragons to creepy spirits trying to take you down. The game also promises a deep and immersive storyline, rich with Chinese mythology and folklore. Black Myth Wukong doesn't focus on being photorealistic, but the art style seems to be doing wonders. The game is set to drop on August 20th, 2024. Perfect Dark, the beloved sci-fi FPS franchise, is making a grand return with an all-new game developed by the initiative. This upcoming reboot has been on many gamers' radars since its announcement, including ours, of course, and it promises to bring a fresh take on the classic series while leveraging the power of next-gen consoles. The first time I laid my eyes on this game in the Xbox showcase, I was absolutely sold. It's going to be this spy thriller action game set in a near-future world facing ecological disasters. You will play as this badass female secret agent, Joanna Dark, tasked to uncover a global conspiracy using awesome new gadgets and weapons. The game combines the stealth and action elements that fans loved from the original titles with cutting-edge graphics. The devs have been tight-lipped about specific details, but we have got just enough info to get excited about this upcoming title. Assassin's Creed Shadows is the next big thing in the Assassin's Creed series, and it's looking like an absolute game changer. This time, the game will take us into this mysterious yet gorgeous world of feudal Japan. The very first thing I noticed in this game was definitely the gameplay. It seems to be following the same Assassin's Creed formula while introducing new combat mechanics, with focus on old-school fighting techniques with weapons including katanas and shurikens. The game world looks gorgeous and full of detail. And while there's much to learn about Shadows, we can expect to explore diverse landscapes like dense bamboo forests, ancient temples, and even bustling markets. Of course, the game will have Assassin's Creed signature parkour, so there's much to be excited about Shadows. If you are into RPG games, there's a good chance you remember Kingdom Come Deliverance. That game was like living in a medieval history book, with all its ultra-realistic RPG vibes. Well, we have got its sequel coming out that promises to take that realism to the next level with mind-blowing visuals. First game was already a hit with its detailed environments and lifelike characters, but the sequel will make you feel like you've time-traveled to the medieval era. In Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you'll dive back into a world filled with intense sword fights, intricate quests, and a gripping story that's all about survival and adventure. You'll once again step into the shoes of this ordinary guy trying to become a big shot. You will not have to play the first game in order to play the sequel. You can just dive right into this new adventure. While most of the gameplay mechanics will remain the same, we will see a lot of improvements and additions like dynamic NPC routines, enhanced combat, and of course breathtaking visuals. Overdosed, the latest project from the legendary Hideo Kojima, promises to blur the lines between fiction and reality, creating a horrifyingly realistic world that promises to keep us on the edge of our seats. While we only have a super brief trailer to go on for now, it's already clear that the characters look hyper-realistic, with incredible attention to detail that makes them kinda indistinguishable from real people. This game is diving deep into the realm of psychological horror, aiming to mess with our minds in ways we've never experienced before. We can expect an atmosphere that's intensely eerie, with unsettling environments and a story that'll keep you questioning what's real and what's not. The Gears franchise is also ready to welcome its most ambitious entry to date, Gears of War Eday, and it's set to blow us away with its Unreal Engine 5 powered visuals. Promising the most realistic graphics we've seen in the series so far, this game looks absolutely stunning. The environments are going to be incredibly detailed, and the character models and effects are also going to be next level, making every firefight and explosion look jaw-droppingly real. We haven't seen much of the game, but there's quite some info out there, and since it's not going to be a different game, we can expect much of the same gameplay mechanics, staying true to the intense, cover-based shooting action that the series is known for. So do expect those heart-pounding moments where you're diving for cover, blasting enemies with your Lancer, and working with your squad to take down some seriously terrifying foes. The story also promises to dive deep into the lore of the Gears universe, giving fans plenty of new twists and turns to look forward to. Next up, we have Witcher 4, the upcoming addition to the Witcher franchise. If you've watched my previous videos, you know exactly how much I love Witcher 3, especially for its authentic open world. Witcher 4 is set to take everything we loved about the last game and crank it up to 11. In Witcher 4, you'll once again dive into a rich, narrative-driven RPG experience. But unlike the previous Witcher games, this one is using Unreal Engine 5 instead of its own proprietary one, so we can surely expect enhanced and more realistic visuals and lighting effects. Plus, CD Projekt Red has also announced that there will be 2 other games coming out after this one, creating a new AAA RPG trilogy. Then we have Project Mara, this mysterious game coming from the creators of Hellblade, and it seems this game will also be a psychological horror experience, but much more impactful and realistic. According to the developers, Project Mara is going to be an experimental title that aims to deliver a grounded and realistic portrayal of mental terror, which definitely reminds me of Hellblade. And from the little we've seen, it looks incredibly promising. Now, from what I've learned about this game, it seems Project Mara is going to be a deep, narrative-driven experience that explores the darker aspects of the human psyche, focusing on one location and a single player. There's much to learn about this project, so we can't be sure how far along it is in development, but coming from Ninja Theory, it's surely going to be amazing. Death Stranding 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to Hideo Kojima's 2019 hit, and it's already got fans excited. The first game was a unique blend of delivery missions, mysterious storylines, and breathtaking landscapes, which I really enjoyed for a very long time. This time around, though, the developers are promising to take things even further, pushing the boundaries of what we expect from a video game. In Death Stranding 2, players will once again step into the shoes of Sam, played by Norman Reedus. The game is expected to dive deeper into the familiar world of the first game, with more complex narrative threads and enhanced gameplay mechanics. The visuals are set to be even more stunning, with photorealistic environments that make you feel like you're exploring a beautifully desolate, post-apocalyptic world. The details are still scarce, but the brief teasers we've seen suggest that the game will continue to explore themes of connection and isolation, with new challenges and possibly even more bizarre creatures to encounter. If you loved the original for its originality and depth, this sequel is definitely one to watch out for. Of course, we've all been waiting for GTA 6, and there's no doubt it will look insanely amazing. Rockstar is allegedly dropping a whopping $2 billion on this game, so you know they're not holding back. The graphics are expected to be out of this world, making the already vibrant and chaotic world of GTA even more lifelike. We will be cruising through the streets of Miami with jaw-dropping visuals, detailed characters, and environments and weather effects. It will be the same crazy sandbox we all love, but with even more depth and realism. Playing as the dynamic duo, Lucia and Jason, you will be doing everything from epic heists and intense shootouts to hilarious side missions, and even some romance on the side. There's just so much speculation out there already, so I am not going to go into detail of what to expect. I am sure you already know. Lastly, I want to quickly go through all the best-looking Marvel games that are set to release sometime in 2024 or later, starting with Marvel's Wolverine. This one is going to be the biggest Wolverine game since X-Men Origins Wolverine title, and the short teaser has definitely got the fans excited. It's being developed by the awesome team behind Spider-Man Miles Morales, so we can definitely expect mind-blowing visuals and gameplay. Sadly, we don't have a release date for this one. Then we have Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra, which was first announced back in 2022. In this game, we are going to see some epic action as Captain America teams up with Black Panther to save the ravaged city of Paris. This upcoming adventure title looks absolutely breathtaking, and it seems it will give you the chance to play as both the superheroes, each with their own unique skills and abilities. You will be able to take on the enemies with your sneaky moves, or go all Hulk on them in style. This one doesn't have a fixed release date either, but it's expected to come out sometime next year. Then we have Marvel's Blade, coming from the creators of Dishonored and Deathloop. Two incredibly awesome games, both in terms of action-packed gameplay and storytelling. Blade is going to be this awesome-looking third-person action-adventure game also set in the gorgeous but quarantined city of Paris. And while the details are still under wraps, we can expect a vampire lore with thrilling combat sequences and Blade's signature style. So, we have got plenty of awesome-looking games that are still coming down the line, either this year or the next or God knows when. But the point is, they look incredibly realistic, and many of the games are aiming for photorealism, trying to blur the lines between real and game world. Let me know which of these games are you excited about the most, and if you enjoyed watching the video, make sure to subscribe for more.